will send a representative. And the Pistons, unfortunately, are participating in the lottery. And in the past, they've sent, Andre Drummond. I think KCP went one year when he was general manager of the team. Joe Dumars went. So we thought...
But to be fair, over the years, we've had gimmicky things, too. Dan Gilbert has famously sent his son.
Yes.
And I believe his son twice won the number one overall pick, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
And I remember, was it
Nick Gilbert, his son Nick.
Yeah, the Washington Wizards one time, I think it was the Wizards, sent this blonde woman who was really hot, and she immediately became an internet sensation. I forget who she was.
The Timberwolves did too, I think.
Maybe it was the Wolves I'm thinking of.
Anyway.
Somebody hot was there.
So we thought...
Right, Evan?
We thought of sending somebody who, not hot, but is great and topical. And we thought it would be amazing if the Pistons could somehow get Eastwood Van Gundy on the plane and get Eastwood to New York and represent the Pistons at the lottery. I mean, how cool would it be? They pan the teams, they show Vlade Divac, the Sacramento Kings, and Rob Pelinka and the LA Lakers, and Eastwood Van Gundy have a dog sitting at the Pistons spot. It would be awesome. And we're trying to get behind this, and I suggested it to...
and when you say we're trying to get behind this...
I am.
Well, no, I am too, but it's like two of us. And Greg, three of us.
Yes.
Realistically, it's not going to happen.
No, especially because we're doing it a little late.
Yeah. By the way,
see Darko there.
Oh my God, that would even be almost as good.
And then they win the lottery.
Too.
They win the lottery.
I know. So,
by the way, real quick, Mallory Edens was she was the rep for the Milwaukee Bucks.
What about Walter Sharp
at the draft lottery?
He'd fall asleep during the lottery.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we want Eastwood Van Gundy. So we notified the Pistons, and unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. They think it's a great idea, but of course, the dog, has some health issues, and the dog is doing a lot of traveling.
Oh, if the dog were healthy, they would send it for sure. Is that what you're saying?
Possibly, but the general manager Jeff Bauer will be in New York.
That's a very disappointing alternate.
And from what I understand, Eastwood Van Gundy was looking forward to a trip to the Big Apple. I mean, who wouldn't? So we got a hold of Eastwood, and here's his reaction.
That sounds like Chewbacca.
So he's very upset. That he's not going to be in New York.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll never know. We can't really do a sliding doors, like see what pick Bauer gets and see what pick Eastwood Van Gundy would have gotten.
I'm telling you, Eastwood would win the lottery.
Do you think that, in all honesty, if the Detroit Pistons contacted the NBA and said, listen, this is who we're thinking of sending, they would have been okay with it?
Yes, because
they would not.
Because all the publicity, they mentioned it, I heard on Good Morning America and the Today Show. A lot of people know who Eastwood Van Gundy is.
No, I know. But
and also the NBA, hold on, the NBA is a hype machine. Like you can just see on Sports Center or whoever, they would show Eastwood Van Gundy getting off the plane, walking into the draft headquarters. They'd milk this. They would be great. I wish I would have thought about this last week. We could have done something.
Well,
Damn it.
You tried.
I mean,
it's not too late. But do you think if... You know how sometimes, like, if the team wins the draft lottery, they have the jersey ready. So, like, they'll bring out like if they know who the player is, like LeBron, they bring out a thing that says LeBron James. If they don't know who the player is, they just come like a generic Pistons jersey. Yeah. Do you think Eastwood would have it in his mouth and take it up to the front of the stage to talk with Doris Burke and Adam Silver?
Yeah, absolutely. They put the jersey on Eastwood.
Would they?
Yes. Oh, God, what a great idea.
Yeah,
I don't have very many of them, but that was a great idea.
Stoney praising his own ideas. I got to give myself credit for that one.
Rare.
That was a great idea.
So freaking rare.
All right, on Saturday, Cubs-Cardinals rivalry game in Major League Baseball, and one side was fuming afterwards. John Lester, the Cubs starter, was not happy, and it wasn't because of anything that happened to him in particular. He was not happy because of what he calls the quote-unquote damn slide rule. Oh, we have sound. We have audio. Is this of Eastwood Van Gundy? Let's hear from Eastwood Van Gundy talking about the Major League Baseball slide rule. Okay. Now let's hear from John Lester talking about the Major League Baseball slide rule.
I'm over it. This game was meant to be played a certain way. There was nothing wrong with that slide that Hap did. I told him in the dugout, I said, next time you do the exact same thing. That's baseball, man. We're out there playing with a bunch of pansies right now. I mean, I'm over this damn slide rule, and we're replaying if it was too far and all this other BS, man. We're all men out there. We're grown men. These guys have turned double plays their entire lives. They know how to get the hell out of the way. There's nothing malicious about it, and we got 2 outs for some reason.
I think John Lester's correct.
I don't think he's correct when he says we're playing with a bunch of pansies out there. Who are the pansies then? The middle infielders?
No, he's talking about the baseball people like Rob Manfred and those people.
Oh, the people actually making the rules.
Yes.
So for the play in question, if you didn't see it, we should describe it. Runner on first base, the ball's hit right back to the pitcher. Ian Happ is who he's referring to there. Happ goes hard into second base, and
it wasn't even that hard.
Well, he slid way over the bag.
Yeah, okay,
so
over the
maybe
bag.
he didn't go hard, but he started.
But he certainly didn't go crazy out of the baseline.
Well, let me describe the play first, and then we can talk about it. He slides into the bag. The shortstop or second baseman, I forget who it was, doesn't even attempt to throw. And as a result, the umpire, Mike Everett, determined that Happ committed an illegal takeout slide by going through the base and for the purpose of, quote, initiating contact with the fielder. So therefore, not only called Happ out, who was out, but then called out Anthony Rizzo, who had actually hit the ground ball. There was a runner on third, Kyle Schwarber, who would have scored if the double play had not been turned. But since they called Rizzo out at first, it was a double play, the inning's over, and the run does not score. Okay? So the question then becomes, do you like these rules, or is this another sign of the American wussification of the athlete?
This is a bigger sign than even the home plate rule that I don't like, the Buster Posey rule. They've taken away one of the most exciting plays in sports. It was, for me, the most exciting play in sports was the play at the plate. And they've basically, castrated that play.
Well, the thing I don't like about the play at the plate is that it's the only place on the entire field where you're not only allowed to, but you're almost encouraged, before they put this rule into place, to run into the player. You couldn't do that at second base or first base. I never quite understood why that was okay to do at home plate when you couldn't do it anywhere else on the field.
Probably because they're wearing protection.
Yeah, but protection doesn't protect your joints.
I know.
As we saw with Buster Posey.
Right, but it's over and done with, but I still think I love that play.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, I can understand why people would like that play. But I think everybody likes the thought of sliding hard into second until their guy is lost for the season.
Well, it's the Chase Utley rule.
Right.
Basically what happened. I mean, he took but that was more of a dirty play because the spikes were high and all that kind of stuff, right? Wasn't that the one?
Yeah, but how do you? But that's exactly what they're trying to do, is trying to determine what's a dirty play and what's not a dirty play.
Well, you can tell if a guy goes out of the base path, so to speak. You can tell if a person is deliberately trying to injure a person if he goes out of the way. This one, to me, it looked like he just went right over the bag, right?
But can you delineate? Are you able to delineate between breaking up the double play and trying to injure the other player?
I think you can.
How?
By just looking at it. If you're sliding through the base,
which is exactly what he just did.
Right.
I mean, Hap started his slide very late. He was trying to break up the double play, which is a part of baseball and has been forever. I'm not trying to dispute that. But what they're trying to do is to take some of the injuries out of the game, and by calling this a penalty, if you will, or penalizing them with an out, you are doing exactly that. You're trying to protect the players.
I think you can tell if their spikes are high and that type of stuff. You can tell if a guy's trying to hurt him. I think maybe I'm just being too old school here, but that play looked, I mean, when I heard about it, then I looked at it and I said, you got to be kidding me. That looked pretty innocuous to me.
248-539-9797. Ticket text is 97136. What do you think? Do you like the good old-fashioned hard slide in baseball, or do you think it's wise to protect these guys just a little bit more? Jamie and Stoney on the Ticket.